Give you all kind of space, energy, prepare for that shift, and let me know when we're live.
We are.
Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. We're back here today at Temple Mother Earth, and we have a house full. Thank you all for being here in person with us, and thank you all for joining us online. Today's discussion is at the appointed time. But before we go into today's discussion, I'm going to ask that you go ahead and prepare your sacrament when we do our integration. Make sure you have that ready so that you can participate with us at home while we are here. And we're going to lead in with our drum circle. We're going to have some bows chiming in, so you all are going to sense that and feel that. It was a beautiful experience here in-house to have the sound bath this morning. So if you're ever able to come, drop I to
2415 32nd Street, Southeast, Washington, D.C.
and engage in the sound bath with us, and then partake in the discussion that we have. So, having your sacraments ready, we're going to go ahead and get our instruments out and go ahead and have our drum circle just to get the energies flowing with us this morning. And then we'll go into discussion. I.C.U.
as we let that breathe.
Ah.
And as we breathe and let that breathe, send into space, yes. So, Sister Collins, indeed. Good things. Still got his whole room.
Yes.
And as we give thanks for this time and place and space, coming together as one and one, giving thanks to one. We are sending up our prayers through vibration. We are sending up our prayers through our thought forms. And just send our prayers up in thought form and vibration. We also open to the vibration coming down from heaven, specifically through our ancestors. As we prepare to pull the libation to officially invite our ancestors into the space to commune, guide, lead, share, instruct, as we are open now. And as we do this, we just simply pour the water into the earth, into the flower. And as we do this, if there's any names of specific ancestors that you would like to specifically invite to commune with, just simply share their names aloud. As we say Ashe after each name is shared to seal the invocation of our ancestors. And let us begin. You are welcome. Greetings. Welcome to the space. Bertha Talker, Flora Hall, Malcolm X, the opponents Rue, Harriet Tubman, Marcus Garvey,
Ezra,
H.E.A.R.T, Prophet Noble Drew Ali,
Mary,
H.E.A.R.T, 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 Esheru, Tehuti, H.E.A.R.T, and all our benevolent ancestors, named and unnamed. Ra, H.E.A.R.T. Welcome. We give thanks for your assistance, your guidance. We give thanks. Give thanks. H.E.A.R.T.
All right, today's discussion. At the appointed time. In Ecclesiastes, it talks about the appointed time where there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. There's a time to plant and there's a time to uproot. There's a time to kill and there's a time to heal. There's a time to tear down and there's a time to build. There's a time to weep and there's a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn and there's a time to dance. There's a time to throw stones and there's a time to gather them. There's a time to breathe life and there's a time to refrain from it. There's a time to search and there's a time to give up. There's a time to maintain time, and there's a time to just throw it away. What time is it for you? What season are you in? Questions I would like for you to think about. Where are you today? What's going on in your time, in your space today, right now? What is it that you're holding on to that may be preventing you from moving ahead, keeping you kind of stuck in time? What is it that you need to let go of? What is it that you need to attract to yourself? What is it that you need to attract that's going to get you to the next level? Just some things to just ponder for a moment. And we'll go around and ask questions, just to get some feedback from you all. You over here to the right, King James. So usually I go this way. I'm going to start around this way today, What season are you in right now?
The season is letting go.
You're in the season of letting go.
Yeah. That's been my calling since I've been on my spiritual journey. And the more I'm going through it and peeling back layers of ego, and layers of contempt and bitterness, the more I feel like I have to let go more of. And it's helping me realize that about my inner self in order to move forward a lot differently, at a high level.
Right. What I love about what you recognizing is letting go is to move you through the bitterness and whatever it is that you dealt with. That's so important in knowing your season and what to do with the season. What season are you in, Dr. Sonata?
Just a comment on that. Interesting, because Sister Kim, Royal Kim, as the question was asked, a person typed in the chat, the more you let go, the more you receive. And there's a slight delay. So she typed it right as you. No, she actually like at the same time.
Oh, I guess.
But there's a delay. Her person did not hear your response, but yet it's exactly what she typed in your response. So she typed in your person because there's a delay in this. So just sharing how the synchronicity of that.
Before we move to the next person, you could.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And letting go and what Roy Kim said about holding on. If we have two closed fists, how can we receive?
Right.
They're closed. Look at that. And I'm talking to myself. I ain't even talking to you, just to bounce on what you said.
And just to reminder to everyone in the room, these are open discussions, so you don't have to kind of wait to be able to speak. You can share. But like she said, we do like for the person that's sharing to feel complete in their share at the same time. Right. And we're reminded again that there are people online. So Master Chef will be tuning in or chiming in with what other comments are being online. And welcome, Royal Kim. And I can't see everybody.
Precious Mother Love.
Precious Mother Love.
Yeah, those only two that chimed in. It seemed to be 5 that are viewing.
All right. So, welcome to all of you that are online as well. Dr. Sonata, what season are you in?
I'm in the season of, I'm in a continuous season of self-evolution and self-discovery.
Awesome.
I join in that self-discovery.
Yes. That's a piece for me as well right now, as I have, began to let go, have gone through the process of letting go. But in letting go, it's allowing me to discover things about myself that I would have did not pay much attention to before, because now I have the space to really just go in and do that. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Brother Tony, what season are you in?
I'm in the winter, going into spring.
Oh.
All right. Well, share with us about that.
It's warming up. The heat is coming. It's slow, steady. You turn the grill on, and you gotta build the coals up. You gotta get that stuff. And it gets to a level where summertime you just throw all kinds of meat. Yeah, bring this, bring that, and then cook it up and then distribute. So it's in that melting snow, water seeping in, growing.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that analogy. I'm an analogy person.
That's why I feel what you said.
Tell me your name again, love.
Me?
Yes.
Simone.
Simone. What season are you in, Simone?
Ooh, I'm in the season of letting go. I've been praying to God a lot to strip away the pieces of me that aren't in alignment with where I'm trying to go. And I've noticed that a lot of the things that are starting to leave are material things.
We're in the same place. We're in the same place.
Hold on. but I'm ready.
All right. Tell me your
That's it.
name, sister.
Carla.
Carla. Yes. Carla, what season are you in?
Season of releasing self-doubt.
All right.
I heard what you said. It was good. And I would like to think that I'm trying to get into my authenticity. I just had a birthday, and as I'm celebrating this, I'm celebrating this next season. You know, I really want to be that authentic self and just releasing that self-doubt.
Yes.
That's it.
Josh, share with us what season are you in? Gabriel, thank you. I made him Joshua.
You can forever be Joshua to her. Joshua Gabriel.
Yes, you are.
I am in the season of self-discovery.
All right.
I feel like I haven't, depending on where I really am, it's something I need to work on. I'm also in the season of letting go, just like letting go of things that like have been holding me back.
Mhm.
Yeah, also like loving myself as well. I feel like I've been really loving myself. And somebody once told me, how can you learn to love others if you can't love yourself?
Yeah.
And that's something that I've been trying to work on. And it's getting like better slowly. Going like who I am and like loving myself.
Indeed. That's it.
I see you over there hiding, Maya. Do you want to share today? You do? What season are you in? Mhm. Mhm.
She's working on being honest all the time.
All right.
That's it.
And the season of being honest. Yes. Malik, what season are you in?
I'm working on doing more things and being like doing more things and like learning more.
So you're looking on independence, sound like, you know, doing more things for yourself. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Olaroon, what season are you in?
I'm in season 40 episode.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Season 40 episode like 9. No, but really, I am in the season of trusting the process. Trusting the process, trusting the God within me, letting go of some things letting go of me. Some things I had to let go of. Things and people. So just in that, I'm in a season of pruning. Yeah.
Yes. Any comments added online, Master Chef?
Absolutely. I.C.U. Uniqua Bellamy Nixon,
Welcome, Mother Love.
aka Dr. U's mom. For those of you who are familiar with Dr. U. And her person's chimed in. Power and peace, beloved family. Loving you. I'm in the season of love, life, and light.
Yes.
There's one more thing I need to add to piggyback on with Joshua Gabriel. Also, I just realized like 2 days ago that I am not fully in love with myself.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so learning to love the pieces that I haven't even discovered yet. Learning to love the pieces that I have discovered, you know. So I left that part off by accident.
That's powerful right there. Yeah. Good. Thanks for sharing that. Also, Precious Mother Love just chimed in. Precious Mother Love says, time is so deeply ingrained in our dimensional orientation that it's all happening at once and is discernible by our sacred senses and interpreted by our internal compass of cares, navigating the ebb and flow as we pick a part in our galaxy of ways to grace with our light. My season is travel and transition, transit and trust.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm going to pull out some of
You got
these.
a hand raised.
Yeah, he said he wanted a time.
Okay. What's your name? What did he say? Luke.
And he watches Star Wars. Huh?
Yes.
So the force is with you, Luke.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Force is with you.
Give thanks for bringing the force to us. Powerful, Luke. Continue.
What season are you in, Luke?
All right.
You're in the season of Star Wars. Okay.
Star Wars season.
All
That's
right.
it. The force, baby.
I feel that. I feel that. One of the things in the list that there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. Now we all know.
Did we share?
We're gonna sum up in the end.
Oh.
What y'all
Say it again. No, I said we were going to sum up in the end. You know, get
how about
the
that season?
feedback.
about y'all season?
Yes.
Oh.
Flow with me.
This is live, baby, live.
That's right. We were,
Definitely live. They saw the live earlier when I was like, take the lead, so I can do something on the side. So y'all want to experience it, but you want to go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. What season are you?
evidently the season of being patient. That's it. Being patient.
It's like I feel we talk a lot when we're sitting up here, and since there are actually so many more in the room today, I wanted to have everybody have an opportunity to really chime in because we're going to sum up anyway, you know, and so that we get more voices out. But what I was talking about, you know, there's a time to be born and a time to die, you know. So if you put that paradigm, yeah, we do that physically. We're all here, so we were born, you know. At some point, we're either going to ascend with the body or we're going to ascend without the body and leave here, depending upon what your focus and your pinpoint is to ascension. You know, a shepherd is taking the body with them.
Yeah,
you know?
baby.
That's his focus. Mine is to let it happen however it happens. I'm just going to be happy for the ascension. Welcome, love. Welcome. So, pull up a chair. Come on in. We're talking about a time, or an appointed time today, and we were all just discussing what seasons we're in. You want to share with us today? What season are you in?
Jump right off in there. It ain't waste no time. This one.
You know I love it. You know I love it. Much love, much love. So, a time to be born and a time to die. You know, in this season, I'm birthing this class and really getting the flow of engaging people. You know, and I'm letting go of all of the self-doubts that I had that this would really play well, you know, in a large group. It's like, it's one thing to be online, but you know, how does it really flow when it's with a whole bunch of people sitting right in front of you? You know, so.
That shit is
Live, all the way live.
Oh, there it is, Mother Twin.
As we figuring things out, as we having discussions that I could pass a note and like, do this and shit. You know, he's sitting there questioning live, you know, why you want to do that? Can you just do what I'm asking you to do?
It's live. We're all working. We're all working, you know?
All right. So, your season for born and your season to die. What's born and dying with you, Master?
Child. This is a good being present, because this experience. Well, the answer was settling. Earlier, it was like the time, the season for my person just settled. It has not only quite a bit of intellectual information, you know, about the reality of the universe and energy and human body and chakras and shit like that. Right? All this intellectual information and quite a bit of experience to sustain the information, my perspective on life to be true and accurate. And so it's the season now to just settle off into that, you know, and what that looks like is, as we began with the sound bath, and after that, we just settle into the moment, being present right now, because this is it. And so this is the season for my person to settle into it, you know, which is right now. This is it. Past, present, future. This is it. You know, everything that has happened, will happen, is happening right now. This is it. You know, and in order to do that requires letting go. You know, it requires patience. You know, it just requires everything my person knows intellectually, everything it knows intellectually, all the tools that it knows to use to go live with just being present right here, right now. All of my personal energy is right here, because the theory is by being right here, right now, my person is everywhere, and it can choose how to be aware of more than one thing at the same time by being right here. Whether it be being aware of more than what's going on in this dimension, like in the group, how the talking is going on, just being aware of what's happening here. And or at the same time, the insights that's coming about what's happening now. As my person's aware of what's happening now in all dimensions. So just simply settling into the now, because this is it. Everything is happening right now. Everything is happening right now. So this is it. This is it. This is it. I am it. This is it. You are all it. We are it. So this is the season to just settle into it. Be present with it. And open up to it, you know, because just what does that look like in being here? You have to open up to it. But without opening up to this right here is resisting something. And resisting something is not being totally all the way present, because all of you is not here. You're shunning, you're pushing something energetically away. So you're not, even though you want to be present, if you're resisting what's happening right now, it's not happening. This is my person's perspective. So it's just to settle into right now and accepting all that is happening right now.
So your accepting piece is what's been born, what you're giving birth to, and letting go of resistance is what you're having to die.
Yeah, accept everything. Yeah, that's that deal.
Tell me your name again, sweetheart.
Starfire.
Starfire.
And desire.
You ready to talk yet? You still need more time. You still need more time. This is okay. It's okay. No pressure. No pressure. We're just going to mount that on to King over here. What are you giving birth to, and what are you allowing to die?
Giving birth to me every day. Allowing to die is my perception of what I was, and stepping into what I'm to be, and as a master said, being present and allowing that to happen is what I'm really stepping allowing, it to happen of being vulnerable, but it's like I gotta let go of that fear, so to let it go again, So stepping into that is, what I've been doing.
Right.
Birthing, that's my birth. If I could birth as a man, that's what I'm allowed.
Yeah. You better speak on this, Divine Matthew. Giving birth.
Oh, y'all got to be here in person for it sometime. No, you
Child,
fine.
you all right.
You are fine. You're fine. You know?
That's right. You got your doula over here. The spiritual birth doula.
What are you giving birth to, Dr. Sonata? What are you allowing to die?
Continuing to give birth to this community and allowing to die the individualism, because I am you and you are me. So continuing that. It's a journey of self. So it's your own inner reflection that's coming out. So what do you see them outside?
I'm gonna have to start writing down names when people sit in the room, so I don't keep asking you. But tell me again. Carla.
Biofeedback.
A lot of things have been said that I resonate with. Being present, birthing a new need. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It could be the same too, because we're very similar spirits. There's not much difference in our journeys in here. Everyone in here, so.
That's why we're here. That's why we're
Yep.
here. That's
Yep.
That's right. That's right. We are mirrors of each other in some form.
I say.
We met before.
And we met.
Ah.
It's just a family reunion, baby.
You know?
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
Having beautiful lessons. And that's why community is important. To not take things so seriously, because it's supposed to be fun. Every day. Let's get that.
What are we giving birth to? What are we allowing to die?
Giving birth in this new spring season, we have mangoes and pineapples and strawberries.
Delicious.
Kiwis and yes, but all the trees, apple orchards and grapevines and all the stuff that you can make off of that. Wine, you got ciders, you got everything you need to maintain a camping trip for the masses. And everybody be cool and just come back and chill. You hungry? Yes, apple tree right there. That's a grapevine right there. There's food over here. It's a strawberry patch over here. Just take a walk through the property and you'll be full by the time you come back. Let me know what you found.
Having birthed this fruit salad and consumed it all and given your body the proper nutrients, what do you kill off?
And the tree, so it goes through infinity because the tree keeps growing.
And so then what dies?
What are you killing off? What dies?
What dies is death. Death dies. That thought process that you think something's going to die or something, death dies. Like, it's gone. Kill that. Kill death is the thought process that is causing all of the death. You see what I'm saying? Put it off with the root, take it up from the root so you don't have to worry about that. So death is dead.
Yeah.
I say.
I hope y'all are hearing him. His giving birth was the fruit. And he named all of the fruit trees that produce fruit. And his death was death. Giving up the thoughts, anything that causes death. What are you maintaining in your mind? What are you thinking about that's killing you? Let that go so that you will have life evermore. That's his feedback.
Chakra. Chakra divinity, love humanity. Sister of mine chimed in and says, I'm allowing to die, playing small and self-doubt, and giving birth to my greatness and power.
Yes. Sakura.
So I'm growing in self-confidence, comfortability, and dying in things that make me uncomfortable by putting myself out there and experiencing new things that make me uncomfortable.
Ashe.
Chill.
What I'm giving birth to is, as many people mentioned, self-confidence. And what I'm killing off is any like doubt that still like remains in my mind. I still think of stuff like from the past, but I'm thinking about like what it can cause in the future, and I just want to get rid of that.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, the room.
I am giving birth to expansion. I'm giving birth to boldness. I'm giving birth to new perspective. And I am killing off anything that doesn't align with that.
One of the other things, the scripture speaks to a time to weep and a time to laugh. And I know oftentimes, when men cry, people start, oh, men don't cry. Toughen up. What are your thoughts about allowing yourself to cry? And then how do you heal yourself with the laughter after you cry? I know for me, a lot of times I don't want people to see me cry, and so I'm trying to work the tears, turn my head away, but that piece is just not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to appear weak. But sometimes those tears is what give you your strength, because those tears allow you to release whatever it is that's keeping you in whatever feeling or vibration you're in. So those tears kind of wash out that vibration, And then there are other times when something really traumatic happens or something bad happens. It's like, I laugh. It's like, it's not a funny situation, but I kind of laugh as a release because, oh, this is really heavy. This is crazy. Somebody I know just got shot. What? That is not an appropriate space to laugh, but think about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all playing with me. It's like that information, that shock system came out in a laugh. I know
from
you
experience.
playing.
It happened from experience back then.
I know you playing. Oh, y'all got jokes. But no, it's a real thing, So there's a time to weep, and there's a time to laugh, What do you feel about your weeping and your laughing, Master Chef?
My person is open to it. It's, just it really enjoys crying. Private, public, it just, it enjoys it. It just is in that season of settling into, this is, we know the importance of releasing, tears of joy, tears of pain, doesn't matter. Just open up to it, so much so that it is becoming a gauge also for being present. Because sometimes my person could be just like playing the drum or engaged in something, and it feels so good, and my person feels the want to cry vibration come. It's like, oh, I want to cry right now. Most of the time it don't. Every now and then it may build up to about a little bit come out, but just to be aware and open to that. It's like, so we were just really present, and this is cool. So just opening up to that vibration it's been a long time coming, as they say, because growing up, was one of those generations where, of course, it wasn't cool for men to cry. Toughen up, men don't cry. You suck it up. You don't do that. While at the same time, even being laughing at everything was other thing my person did. It was funny because it was Gemini rising, playful. Everything was funny, you know. So not everything ain't funny, and don't cry. You know, those things kind of help to stifle and, you know, the emotions, the divine feminine within. So, you know, was my person open up to its own divine feminine and appreciating, you know, the cry, the tears of joy, the tears of pain, you know, the laughter, the joy, just, you know, those emotions that, again, specifically with the crying, that traditionally and out in the society that most of us are in, that men aren't supposed to cry. Boys don't cry. You know, we tough. So it feels good to be in the space of settling into the now. So if those tears and the vibration come, you know, to just allow them to flow. So.
As a child, I remember being told, stop grinning like a Jessica cat. Like, smiling wasn't even, you know what I mean? I was reprimanded.
Those smiles, somebody took that smile from.
Like,
Smile.
your face gonna get stuck like that. You know, just what's wrong with people? Yeah. I don't know, that came up when you were sharing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
But for me, I don't know if you know that we have this in common. But my tears is a tool for manifestation. I get the crying, baby, some shit getting ready to shake. And I heard that about you.
Yes.
So,
What she's sharing is often when I am going through the roughest of time. When I cry, it's like all hell just broke loose. Whatever it was, it's moving. It's going to turn around, you know. And so it's got to the point where some people would just joke about it. Well, have you cried yet? You better get to crying, because they know when I cry, it's about to all change up. It's like spirit is just like something I go to spiritually that aligns up with the Father that says, okay, we're gonna give you what you need. And it's like, and when I let it go, I let it go. It's like but it's necessary for me to break through to get to that. Because if you hold it in, especially if you try to be strong, especially if you don't want people to think you're weak, especially if you want to walk like you always got it together, you doing the thing, and all them things start falling apart, them tears, I think, command the alignment of my whole perception of what's going on. That brings about what needs to change, you know. As long as I'm in woe is me, as long as I am focused on this is wrong, that took place, I got this health problem, I got that thing going on, I don't have money for this, as long as I'm focused on that, I produce more of that. When I get sick and tired of being sick and tired, physically and metaphysically, it's like, dissipates.
Did you say manifestically?
Say that again?
Did you say manifestically?
I said physically and metaphysically.
Metaphysical, okay.
So it's like a cry, release, attract. Cry,
Exactly.
release, attract. Cry, release, attract.
Cry, that's a mantra. Yeah. Cry, release,
attract.
cry, release, attract.
And I also heard that my person is now being charged to laugh through trauma and cry for manifestation.
That's back again at that bullet shot
Emotions.
and laughing. You know what I'm saying?
Laugh through that.
Two very powerful emotions. Go ahead.
I found myself crying randomly just playing these.
Oh yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
energy jumps on me apparently, and it was weird the way this situation happened. This lady, I was at a baby shower and playing for everybody, and when
Remember you online, so get a project so we can hear you.
So she's sitting there, she's talking, she's like, yeah, like everything is like, how you doing? What's going on? We, as through conversation, we realized that we had a connection. It was stuff there. She started expressing herself and so forth. And it meant, so the guy is a friend of mine who, so his aunt, so I'm connected like automatically with the family because I see his mom, I see all her sisters, I see everybody. That's my boy. We play ball together. It's like all right, cool. You having a baby? I'm here to say. So she starts talking. She's like, yeah, I lost my mother, and boom, hit.
Oh.
Oh. Like, it's like tears, not screaming, but tears.
Wow, yeah.
Just started coming out. I'm looking around trying to get out of there because I'm like, oh, you doing? I'm like, in public at baby showers. It's not a good look, but right, but it is from a heart because I felt a jolt here. Oh, here it comes. All right, here you go. And it's like, okay. So playing, still playing. She lost her mother and so forth. So everybody is in, and then as I'm looking and realizing the whole table is full of aunts and so forth, I'm like, oh, it's my section right here. Everybody else is doing. It was a big thing, but this table, the aunts and everybody showed up. So I was like, okay, so this is interesting. And she's, yeah, man, she like, babe, I can see things. I said, I do. I can see. But it was funny and just, crying that. And then I found I laugh. I laugh hard. So that causes tears. So even if I am crying, I will turn that into a laugh. Mid cry, laugh. So funerals, I'll be sitting there. I know you're not dead. That's the illusion of this whole thing. So it's like, you're not here physically with me, but you're everywhere now, so you can flip that and go between spiritual, physical, emotion, sad, happy, whatever. It's all that stuff, and you can flip it. Laugh at your shit. Laugh at your stuff. Laugh at what you felt. You know what I'm saying? Like. That's oh man, how did I end up down here? Look around and see there's some money down here or something I need to, it's beautiful all the way, all around. Try to it's the higher, different emotions. You're just playing with different polarities.
You wanted to say something, Tim?
I was just thinking that she does that often. It's okay.
No, not offended.
I think I lost it. Like children, I'm reminded how they are in a constant process of growing and learning. They laugh and they play and they jump and they da. So that encourages me in my process of growing to laugh and be joyful and play and jump and, like Dr. Slaughter said, loosen up. You don't have to be so serious. You know what I mean? We're all here for this same thing. You don't have to be, quote unquote, to have every little thing together and, all of that. Like, laugh and jump. It's all right. We're getting there, and I can be very hard on myself, very serious a lot. So I have to remember, like Brother Tony said, to laugh.
Anybody else want to share about weeping and laughing?
Precious Mother Love online chimed in and says, I often find tears of joy in the gateway. The beauty of the vibe is overwhelmingly joyous. Love on fleek.
Love on fleek.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to hear you all's thoughts about a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones. I often think about, especially in spiritual groups, where we are always trying to line up and come out doing that righteous thing, that thing that's going to help and benefit people. But what happens when you have an energy that's just unruly, that's just disruptive? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about throwing stones sometimes that may have to cast somebody out? Like, hey, you just aren't a part of the flow in the direction that we are doing. You gotta go, opposed to always just keeping an open door, because some people are on assignment to destroy. That's what they choose to do. I don't choose to bring joy. I don't choose to do anything. And so anything that looks like something is going on, I'm gonna go in and disrupt that. You think about all of the Black Power organizations and how they would be doing great things for the community. And then somebody would come in and kind of derail whatever the program is. You know, what are your thoughts about throwing stones versus gathering stones? We're going to start with you with this one, Master Chef.
Right on, right on. My personal disclaimer is that it perceives reality as yes and no at the same time. And so with that, my person realized Ecclesiastes, there is a time to throw stones. So my person trusts its highest self, you know, it trusts the insight from the all, gods, ancestors, deities, you know, everybody for instruction on when to throw stones. And if my person is instructed it's time to throw stones, it will throw stones with a smile. You see, because these are the orders. Don't take it personal. Just being obedient to what we say be done. Because generally speaking, sometimes, you know, my person's life, it knows that it can receive orders from chain of command up high, the unseen counsel, and it may not be obedient to that. And my person, where there are consequences that come from being disobedient. Sometimes the consequences is manifested through other individuals. And so when unpleasant situations happen, the first thought in why you do this is like, what did we do to bring this upon ourselves? So since that's my person's philosophy here, okay, then at the same time, it could be used to assist others with getting back in line. Because of whatever disobedience, because of the violation, whatever happened, Spirit may say, hey, they need some assistance. Since you're the closest one in this particular moment, time, and place, throw a stone to help them, you know, get their attention. So do what you know. It's okay this time because we said do it. Okay. What should we hit them at? Head or gut? So that's my person with it.
Yeah. And I'm working on the names, Gabriel. But Joshua, every time I see you, Joshua.
Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Jericho.
Right.
Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. And the walls came tumbling down.
So Gabriel, you know, when do you feel about you should throw stones, and when should you gather? Hmm? You don't like throwing stones?
Person by the love said metaphysical warrior priest, so chimed in. That's right. Yeah, that's a doozy of a question there. It is, you know. Just to have my person kind of ponders these things already. So.
I feel like I kind of feel like I feel like when we say throwing stones, I might need a little bit more clarity. It's like it reminds me of fighting, like stay away, like don't. I gotta protect myself, like. And I feel like I've been doing that all of my life, and so I don't want to do that no more. I'm like, I'm a seasoned listener, so I want everything. As long as it ain't gonna hurt, harm me, So I don't even know when to throw the stones at this point. Been throwing them all my life.
Yep.
And I think what Master Chef said really lends itself to it. You go with spirit, you go within and be like, okay, I need stones right now. You know what I'm saying? I tried peacefulness. I tried, having conversations. I tried making amends, and sometimes throwing stones might not necessarily mean throwing stones at someone or some things. It could be just throwing the stone away. This needs to get out of my personal space. Let me cast this into the waters and let the waters wash it. Let someone else be responsible for whatever this is that I need to release. So
the next thing is my that was good. That's good. Yeah. that changed how I was thinking about it. So it's no longer serving you. Throw that stuff away. When stuff knows when it has run its course, it's over with. You know.
I see you, King. What you
What was
got?
your question one more time?
When do you throw stones? When do you gather stones?
So I used to be a stone thrower, as little as the little pebbles,
Yeah.
big as the Colorado boulders, and I didn't care about throwing flowers, except for like to my immediate, you know. In doing that, I know I wasn't getting like fulfillment through life. So it was one place I was on a journey, guy I respect and admire, and he told me so profoundly. He said, I said, what do you do when this happens? About bitterness. He said, oh, hermano. He said, when you throw rocks, he said, you throw flowers. I said, oh, what do you mean? He said, when they throw rocks, you throw flowers. And I was like, throw rocks and flowers. Like, wow, that's digging deep for me, because I've always grew up, I grew up around here. I grew up a unicorn, nice kid, you're nice and the sharks are out there, they're going to tear you up, So I was always nice. I grew up nice, but they always took it as weakness, I took it as strength, because it was my inner strength that I didn't lash out and mass murder from that damage. But then the whole process is still, well, I'm still me. They can't take that away from me. So what is it like going to hurt for me to throw flowers when they throw the rocks? Because they're where I was, and now I'm where I'm at, and I'm moving forward from where I was. So maybe if they learn from me as much torture and tremendous amount of disrespect they might have given me at that time and point in the moment, why not just throw them that love back and help, a drop of love this will magnify them into, the person I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I know like that now in my present moment. In my life where I'm now, I have to get flowers because it didn't get me anywhere when I was throwing rocks. So that's my progression.
All right. Dr. Sonata, when do you throw stones? When do you gather them?
I'm not sure about the throwing stones or gathering them, but in terms of interacting with someone, do the best to see where we both are at that moment in time, right? And have those conversations. And continue to try to step into your higher self in having those conversations and not utilize our construct and our old behaviors because we see things differently. And now we know we're doing something different to be different in that space. And sometimes people need a rock. Because sometimes you can talk to them and they only understand rock language.
Right.
Sometimes.
They don't understand, some people don't understand niceties. Some people understand when like I'm used children for example. There's some children can say, sit down, stop doing that. And some children can say, sit down, stop doing that.
Some people say, sit short.
Right. So it depends on the person. They're going to hear what they hear to the tone. So some people do need a rock.
Right.
So it's on a case-by-case basis.
Right. Now, when we think about gathering rocks, sometimes we only gather those things that make us feel good. Sometimes we only want to gather those things that we could see the benefit of gathering those stones. But other times, I think we dismiss stones and not realize that those stones were really our stepping stones. All of this negative stuff, once you overcome it, that's like a step up. This don't move me anymore. Then you gather these other stones, that was thrown at you, and then let's step up to another realm. I understand and I understand how people interact and how people are coming. So You learn personality types being around more people. You learn how to interact with different personality types being around with more people. So as you step on top of that stone, okay, so when I see this personality coming, where I might have taken offense to it before, I might have stepped back from before, oh, they generally operate this way. However, if I move to the left, when they step into the right, we can line up and be parallel and get whatever it is we're trying to get done, because now we're not fighting the personality. We're allowing people to just be who they are and allow them to flow, because even though who they are might not be who I am, we still might have a common goal. We still might have something we want to do together. But having these multiple relationships to learn to step up on these different stones that we've connected to move to the next realm. So gathering stones, even though what came at you might not have been what you expected, could still serve as a great benefit for you. Did you ever thought, Master Chef?
Well, one thought that came, there's something a person heard some time ago, that the stone that some builders had rejected, didn't want, it actually became the cornerstone. Right.
Stone God.
There it is. Stone God is right here. So cornerstone, sergeant at arms, cornerstone. So it just came up. Don't know if that applies in the context or if it's practical, but it became the cornerstone. The stone of it. Yeah.
I think that circles back to our whole topic today, the appointed time. So what may be discarded at one time becomes very valuable at another time, because cornerstones is where the rest of the stones are built from. It kind of sets the tone for what's going to happen when it needs to happen. So it's good to make sure you're moving in the right timing. It's just like picking fruit. You pick it too soon, it might not be sweet. It might not be ripe. It might not serve you. Some things you pick too soon are poisonous, if they don't come to full maturation before you pick them. So you got to make sure what you're doing at the right time is in the right season. When timing is off, it could move you out of the position for being most successful. If you're planning a business and you jump out there too soon and you put all of your stuff out there, when the time for it comes, you don't have what you need to make yourself more successful. So being in the right time, being in the right thought, being in the right frame, being in the right place allows you the greatest success. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity. Are you moving in that right time and season? Just some thoughts to sum up today's discussion. The right time.
There's a couple of comments, talks on here. The Sister Queen Mother, I.C.U. Uniqua Bellamy Nixon, chimed in again, says, I'm giving birth to becoming and embodying my realized self and freeing up from bondages of expectations.
H.E.A.R.T. Yes. And thank you for the share. Go ahead.
Also, Precious Mother Love chimed in, says, flowers, doves, olive branch, all signs of love and peace. Gathering flowers is much lighter, less grave. Flowers grow in the dirt and rise in gratitude to the sun. All right.
H.E.A.R.T. Right now, Sister Olaroon is preparing for our integration. She's pouring the wine. So this would be a good time for you all at home to go ahead and get your integration together if you want to join with us in this space. We're going to just have a little of the song bowls while she's preparing the wine.
Let the children's laughter back to how we used to be.
Thank you.
Everybody getting service. We'll take this someone in the other room as well.
Sister over
I think she got one for you, King James.
Oh, good. Okay.
there. I'm
Right
just
on
speaking.
the right here.
It's a sacrament, so if you don't feel comfortable taking alcohol or any sacraments, you can exclude yourself from the sacrament.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Wait for the room to get situated. All right. And so this is our integration period as we have been communing intentionally all day. We're always communing, but today, the past few hours, we've been intentionally communing amongst ourselves with our council, our spirit guides, Mother, Father, God, all the benevolent energies and frequencies that are assisting us on remembering the love and peace as a wholeness, as a collective. While we are here, others are here for other reasons, but we are here to spread the love. So we're now integrating, this time of integrating all those things that have been shared, communed, discussed, information that come to us that was shared, not shared. So we just simply integrate all the information right now because this is it. We simply say right on, Amen and H.E.A.R.T.
H.E.A.R.T.
And we have black tea and green tea being served. We do not have any honey. We do have brown sugar. We do not have.
She was going.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hey, we got tea in this room. Okay.
And
All right.
That's interesting that you just happen to have honey in your bag.
Announcements.
Right. Are there any announcements for today?
So
Any announcements?
Any announcements?
We have the men's and women's groups on Mondays. That's a regular announcement.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, on Mondays at 7 p.m., we have the men at 6. My correction. At 6 p.m., we have the men's and women's group that meets here at Temple Mother Earth.
Yeah, 2415 32nd Street Southeast, Washington, D.C.
So do come in and join us.
Yeah.
Bring your ideas, bring your discussions, bring your heart to share with men and women, how we are journeying in this process, how we can build upon one another to better ourselves.
Yeah, and Mondays is integration. Again, it's more of separate men and women, a separate generally speaking. And the integration is about is a little bit more informal on what's happening in your daily lives. Whereas these soulful discussions is a more, there's a theme. So we just gather around the theme, but on Mondays, you are the theme. So whatever challenges, issues, concerns that may be present, the integration is to integrate solutions, because they're only solutions, into ways of resolving what it is and to becoming more of who you are. So that's on Mondays, starting at 6 p.m.
H.E.A.R.T. And of course, you could come back to Sunday at 10 a.m. and experience the sound bath. I think we got our flow worked out this week on how we're going to get the sound bath and all of that happening before we start our 11 a.m. service. But the sound bath, I'm telling you, was powerful this morning. It really, really helped to open up, So we're going to do that each Sunday at 10 a.m. And then 11, we'll start our drum circle and then lead into discussion. All right?
Yeah. Go ahead, Ola Room.
Please check my Instagram page at the Stoned Goddess, the number 5. I will be offering starting May 10th a 4-week inner childhood healing circle weekly
Oh.
from 7 to 9 on Wednesdays, starting May 10th.
It's online, is it for a year?
It's right now it's being offered on Zoom. That's how I offered it. Yep. If you're open, it can be here. If you want to do something on hybrid, it's cool with me too. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the Stoned Goddess 5. In the bio, you'll find a link that can get you more information with regard to this offering, and it's free.
Ashe.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Also, full moon meditation. My person facilitates along with Precious Mother Love, who is on the call. We do a full moon meditation called Gateway Meditation, because the idea of this Gateway Meditation is to take us to this place of gateway, the space of gateway, which we're saying is before you enter into source, the all, where there's no things, only just everything, but no awareness. So, some people call that, or in the case of being, say, like unconscious, you're not conscious. So the gateway is modalities, techniques, which allow us to get to that place before we go into consciousness, to be aware of this vibration, to plant our seeds of intentions from this space. So was unable to sing about putting something up in the chat, but we could probably do that offline, so that way you guys have the information about that as well. So
Ashe.
and
Ashe.
if there's any other no more announcements. Yeah, we're gonna close with a drum call. We end with the call out on the drums. Pity pity patty.
Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. See
So,
you all next strong.
yes, it is our prayer that all be well, stay well, and journey in your peace. Ashe. Till the next time. Give thanks, family. Chiming in. See you guys
Yeah.
sooner than later, one dimension or another.